Welcome back. In the previous video, we have seen about the different types of the auto incrementation of the table. Now in this video, we are going to learn about some new concept of this Spring project. Let's say let's go to the create section, and here you can see that some fields are there: salary, fees, maintenance, head of finance department, and after that submit button, add details. We have already seen the work of this. Now what if I did not mention any fields here, and I will keep just as, and I will simply press add details. Now you can see that if I did not enter any field, still the submit button is working, but it should not accept blank field. Like you can see that fees is 0, salary is 0, maintenance is 0, and head of finance department name is nothing is written here. Okay, so that means data is completely blank, correct? So we don't want to put this kind of a data here, this kind of a data called garbage data, and so we don't want to save garbage data in our database. So stop to saving this type of a garbage data in our database. We will use bean validation. To use bean validation, first of all we have to add Spring Starter validation in our pom.xml. Now you can see that I have already added one dependency here, Spring Boot Starter validation. This dependency will help us to import some new Spring Bean validation, some new annotation which will help us to validate which data, what are the criteria of that data will going to submit, and if the criteria did not match, the data will not submit. Okay, for that we are going to use different annotations of JSR 303, whose objective is to standardize the validation of Java beans, okay, with the help of an annotation. Now there are many different types of JSR 303 annotation exist. Like you can see that there are different type of annotation mentioned here. Add size will maintain mean to max value. That means if I will give mean equal to 2 and max equal to 5, then 2 to 5 to values to that we can enter, and if that value did not enter up to that much, it will return, it will not allow to submit button, and it will throw an error. Okay, like you can see add pattern. In pattern we can use regular expression, and only that regular expression which it will matches, only that data we can save. And now you can see that add past annotation will save the date of the past date. Null, by name itself you can understand it will allow null value. At non-null, it will not allow non-null value. Minimum value that we can save, that we can allow to enter. Max, at maximum value it will allow. At future it will allow date of the future date, it will allow only, it will not allow past or present. At digits, okay, here I've done a mistake, it should be DI. I have written a spelling mistake is there, right? Now add digit will only allow that into values, it will not allow any other value. After that you can see that decimal mean, decimal max, by name itself you can understand that decimal mean and decimal max will allow the minimum decimal value, max decimal value only you can up to enter that much, up to before that you can't exceed more than that. At hazard true, it will only and only work if the boolean condition will be true. False, if the boolean condition is false, not blank, field should not be blank. At email, if you wanted to save any data, and it should be, if you wanted to save any email, for that we will use at email. You can't enter anything else except an email. A validation should be there, like that. Now let's see the thing that different types of things that I have mentioned here. Let's see how we will use in our project. Okay, for that what I am going to do here, I have already added the dependency. Now I will go to our model class coaching institute, and here I am going to add so I have added at not blank this, and here the definition you will see it is written here: the annotated element must not be null and must contain at least one non-white space character. Okay, now we have done mention it at not blank. Now after that we will go to the controller part. In controller we will add at before at model attribute we will add at valid. So here at valid I have already added, I have already imported. Okay, and after that I'm going to add binding result. Now let's talk about add valid. It allows to validate object graph with a single call to the validator. Okay, with a single call it will help us to validate. Now if we go to the definition part, it is written something here: marks a property, method, parameter, method, return type, or validation cascading. Constants defined on the object and its properties are to be validated when the property, method, parameter, or method, return type is validated. Okay, it is used for validation, and for that what I will do, I am going to mention here only what type of model attribute we are accepting in the GSP. We are accepting as an institute. Why I am saying it is accepting as an institute? Because okay, not here, it should not be mentioned here, my mistake. Yeah, here. So I have said it was accepting as a GSP file and institute. Why? If I will go to the GSP file, you can see it here. We are accepting model attribute as institute. That's why I mentioned it there. Now after that, let's go back to the controller, and after that I have implemented one more I have imported one more method, binding result. Now let's see what does binding result do. It is displaying here a subs binding result. If I will scroll it here, serves as a result holder for a data binder obtained via the data binder .get binding result method. Binding result implementation can also be used directly, for example, to invoke a validator, example, part of the unit test. Okay, so I can see that it holds the Springs object of the validator and binds and contain error that may have occurred. Okay, so how I'm going to see with the help of a binding result? What I will do here, I'm going to mention one if logic, and here I pass it binding result dot has errors. Okay, and return, if it is has errors, then it will return that same file So up to this much we have done. I don't think so we have to implement any more thing. So it will, this model attribute is bind to here. Where is that? Coaching institute, here it is binded to here. Now here you can see that I have used that form error path. From there it will display that what type of error is coming, either it is fees, maintenance, or salary, or head of finance department. Right now I only annotated at not blank as head of finance department, so it will only display this error. What is that? Head of finance department error, because here I bind it here as form errors path head of finance department. Okay, now let's start run the project and see if this is working fine or not. Okay, application started. Let's add, create, and here I am not going to enter anything. I will just write here submit add details, must not be blank. Why it is saying must not be blank? Because if you will see here in that coaching institute model class, here I have mentioned it should not be blank. Okay, and what does add not blank definition says? It should not be null and it will have more than one character, but more than one character. Now let's try one more time, and here what I'm going to do, I'm going to save one data here. Let's say A. Add, it is saving, but A is not a name, right? So I will give something minimum, it should be 2. Okay, and it should not be written must not be blank. It should be given let's give us some custom name. How we are going to do that? First of all, what I will do, head of finance department should not be blank, and here I'm going to add one more, at size mean equal to 3, that minimum SS message equal to head of finance department, minimum value it should have, minimum value it should have 3, it should have 3 character. You can't enter ABCD and save the data. Let's import at size. Now we can see that application got started. Now what we will do, we will again refresh the data. Let's try to save the data here. Here minimum value it should have 3 character, head of finance department should not be blank. Let's write A. Now minimum it should have 3 character. B I will give AD, minimum it should have a 3 character, ADI. Now it should accept Adi. It got accepted. Okay. Now what about here other fields? Up to now we have seen the work of a at size and at not blank, correct? Now we will see the job of a salary, fees and maintenance. Now if I will stop the application and start again, now you can see that field is blank. We know how why it is blank. Okay, now create. Now you can see that here it is 0 it is showing, and here I have to forcefully enter one data, Aditya, correct? But if I will give less than Aditya, then 3 character, it will throw an exception. But if I am adding add details, it is added, but fees, salary, maintenance is 0. So we have to make it force the user that minimum value should accept. So for that, what I will do, I am going to use @mean annotation. Let's go to the project, and here I am going to add @mean value equal to, let's say, salary should not be less than either it will be maintenance department, or either it is the teachers department, it should be more than 5,000. And here I am going to write a message here. Message will be like this: salary should not be less than 5,000. Okay, now the same thing I am going to do with the fees also. Fees, if salary is minimum is 5,000, salary fees I will give as 15,000. Now what about maintenance? Maintenance should be a limitation between how much salary you can give to the maintenance. Okay, for that what I will do, I think it is better that I will use mean and max both. So let's try to use mean and max both. I'm not sure I can use that or not. So what I will do, size, and here I'm going to use mean equal to starting salary, it should not be less than 2,000. Okay, and max should not be less than 15,000, let's say. Okay, and after that I can give message. Message should be maintenance payment should be between 2,000 to 15,000. Message. 15,000. Okay, now saved the data, application restarted. Now go back here, refresh the screen. Now let's try to save the data. Okay, it is saying that Java line check configuration for maintenance. Now you can see that this exception is coming, and exception is something like that no validator could be found for constant javax.validation constant.size. I have done one mistake here. The mistake is this @size annotation will work for string fields. Okay, means it's not used for numerical fields. So if I wanted to use numerical fields, I will use different annotation. So to use different annotation, what I'm going to use @range. Let's see if it is going to work or not. Reader constants dot range. Okay, now error is gone. I should remove this input digit. Now let's try again. See what happens now. Does it throws any exception or it will run successfully? Okay, application is started. Now let's go back and try to create a data here, and I will again try to save. So salary should not be less than 5,000. Salary should not be less than 15,000. Maintenance payment should be between 2,000 to 15,000, and minimum value it should have a 3-character. Head of finance department should not be blank. You can see that all the exception is accepting properly, but should not be less than 15,000. Salary should not be less than, okay, here it is coming, should not be less than 15,000 and should not be less than 5,000. It came 2 times. Why is that? Okay, it should be fees. My mistake, control. It should be fees. Okay, and after that maintenance payment it is given. Now everything, I think maintenance payment should not be, it should be between 2,000 to 15,000. Range worked. Now the next thing is all of them it's coming in normal color. Let's make it in red color so that it will be more visible, right? So for that, what I will do, we will go to the JSP file. First of all, stop the application, and after that save the data, and after that we will go to the JSP file, and here alright, I think all of them I did. Let's save the data, run the application. Application started. Okay, refresh the screen, create, and let's save the data without adding any details. Now you can see that all are coming in red color and italic in font. Now let's add the data here. First I'm going to write here Aditya. Now if I will try to submit the data again, now you can see that validations of this head of finance department is gone. Now maintenance payment should be less than between 2,000 to 15,000. Let's keep 1,000 this time. Not accepting. Now what if 15,500? Again it is not accepting. So what I will do, I will mark it as 10,000. Let's try to save the data again. It's working. Now fees should not be less than 15,000. So let's give 14,000. Okay, now 15,000. It's accepting. Now salary should not be less than 5,000. So let's give 4,500. Okay, now what if we'll give 6,700? Let's try to save the data. Now you can see that data successfully saved. Now through that we learn about different types of an annotation. We have also learned about the what are the different types of GSR 303 annotations works. So I haven't implemented all the annotations. Few of the annotations which I required in this project I completed. Okay, now I want all of you to give one task. The task is, you can see that here it is salary, fees, maintenance, head of finance department. I have maintained some validations. Here it will accept Aditya. Now the task that I wanted to all of you to give is to force the validator to put only string data in head of finance department, salary, fees, maintenance only the integer data. Now what if instead of head of finance department I will enter some random number? You can see that no exception is throwing, but it should throw some exception, right? So I want people to do this task and write it in the comment section and tell me how I can force the Bean validator to complete that, to accept only a string, not a number. It should accept only a string name, not a number. Like that you can force. You can use add pattern annotation, write a regular expression and add pattern annotation. And if you know any other annotation, please write it in the comment section and tell me. And same thing you should do that, salary, fees and maintenance. Okay. For example, if I will write some name, now you will see some exception thrown that failed to convert property value of type java.lang.string to required type int for property salary. Nested exception is java.lang.number format exception. But you can see that this message is way too lengthy to understand. Okay, so meant to find out in proper annotation so that in salary, fees, maintenance only int type numerical values will get stored, and if I am storing any other value except numerical, it should throw an exception and it should throw a proper custom message. Complete the assignment and write it in, and tell me in the comment section how did you do that. Okay, now this is the end of the video. In the next video again we are going to use some more important concepts of Spring. Okay, so stay tuned and keep watching Adhyan channel, and if you are new to this channel, please like and subscribe and press the bell icon for the regularly updates. Thank you.